Hello, this is Daniel, and this is Down to the Wire. So we'll jump right into it. And of course, in the last few minutes, breaking news from the MLB: they've reached a deal with the MLB Players Association to have a season. And like I just said, it was just announced a couple, like 30 or 45 minutes ago. This is breaking news, and this is very good news for all the sports fans out there because it gives people extra time to watch and extra more things to watch this upcoming summer, which has been no sports. So I think the spring training will be in early July. That's what I'm hearing, and that's good news that baseball is coming back. And also, Memphis Grizzlies, they had a 10-day contract with Anthony Tolliver before the coronavirus shutdown expired. But yesterday, the Grizzlies agreed to terms with Anthony Tolliver. They signed him for the remainder of the season. He averaged about 5 points for the Grizzlies in his few games he played and shot 41% from the 3-point line. He did pretty nice for the Grizzlies during his short term with them, but he's a nice veteran for this group, and he's even though he only played a little bit of games, he was a very big leader for this Grizzlies team. So a pretty nice pickup for the Grizzlies, and now the Grizzlies have their whole roster solidified. Next segment is Prove Me Wrong, and today it's going to be about why I think LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time, ahead of Michael Jordan. And I'm going to go through the stats right now. Who scored more points in their career? LeBron James scored 34,000 points, and Michael Jordan scored 32,000, so that's a win for LeBron. Their shooting percentage in their career: LeBron 58.8% shooting, and Michael Jordan 56.9%. Let's go to their career averages and rebounds. LeBron 7.4, Michael Jordan 6.2. LeBron gets another win. Assists per game, which Michael Jordan is a shooting guard and LeBron was a small forward / power forward, and LeBron 7.4 assists per game. Michael Jordan 5.3 assists per game. LeBron wins again, and this year he's averaging over 10 assists per game. And let's go to total assists in their career. LeBron averaging over 9,200 assists. Michael Jordan 5,000. And again, Michael Jordan is a guard. LeBron is a small forward / power forward. And then total blocks: LeBron 951 and Michael Jordan 893. Also, total games played: LeBron 1,258 and Michael Jordan 1,072. So LeBron is more of a durable player, and he's played longer. And let's go to the All-Stars. Who's made more All-Star appearances? LeBron with 16, Michael Jordan 14. LeBron wins again. All-NBA first teams: LeBron with 12, Michael Jordan with 10. All-NBAs, LeBron with 15, Michael Jordan with 11. So all these stats I've laid out, LeBron James has just blown Michael Jordan out of the water. And I mean, everybody can say, he has more rings. Michael Jordan had Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and many other players. B.J. Armstrong, Steve Kerr, and just a lot of talent that the LeBron, like 1 year when he was on the Cavs, he took his team, he had Kevin Love, and that was it, and a bunch of scrubs, a bunch of veterans, and LeBron took them all the way to the finals. But I mean, and LeBron had to play against the Warriors, which had the best record in NBA history, in 4 NBA finals. So Michael Jordan never had to play against that caliber of a team, and LeBron did. And LeBron's been to more finals than Michael Jordan has. So I mean, you try to prove me wrong on all of these stats, because LeBron is better in every single one that I listed off, and he lifts his team unlike Michael Jordan could. I mean, he single-handedly carries his teams into the finals. So LeBron James is the GOAT of basketball. Let's go to the phones, and again, we're doing Prove Me Wrong. So, hello, you're on Down to the Wire.
Hello, what is the question tonight?
I want to see if you can prove me wrong, because I think LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time, ahead of Michael Jordan. And tonight I think LeBron is better than Michael Jordan, and I want you to prove me wrong, sir.
Well, you see, mine is both and so. I think you're wrong on both. I think the best player to ever play in 2005, center number 15 for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Martinez Andreas Kavicic. 17 player, averaged 0 points, didn't shoot much, which is explained. 0.7 rebounds per game. But, 0.7 is pretty good when you only play 1.5 minutes a game in 6 games. If he played 36 minutes a game, he would average 16 rebounds a game. Still 0 points. But, and he was a second-round pick, great player from Lithuania. Averaged 0.3 steals, 1.8 fouls per game.
Well, I have to...
4% usage rate, and he got 0.7 rebounds per game. All-around player, can play D, can shoot the three, can score on anybody. Nobody can stop him.
Well, I'd have to disagree with you there. All of LeBron's stats blow his out of the water, and he's just a terrible... he was not terrible, but he never played, so he is he's not even a top 300 NBA player. So, but thank you for your call.
How dare you deny Mark?
Let's go back to the phones. Hello, you're on Down to the Wire.
Yes, this is Jackie from Maryville, and I was listening to your show, and I do not agree at all that LeBron James is this so-called GOAT. Yes, for many reasons. For one, you're comparing him to Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan plays in a completely different era of basketball when the game was focused on winning by a slower pace, and so there were less possessions, and less possessions means less scoring. One of your points was that LeBron James had more points than Michael Jordan, but the game was completely different style of playing, and so in Michael Jordan's era, they focused on winning by stopping the other team through their great defense, but today's game, they hardly play any defense, and they just try to win by outscoring the other team. So right there, I think your point is wrong, sir.
Well, I'd have to disagree with you. You say that this era does not play defense. I think when playoff time basketball or right before the playoffs, everybody plays defense, and they don't just try to. Everybody plays defense. It's not like they just let everybody pass them. And I think if you put the Warriors team up against the 2017 Warriors up against any of Michael Jordan's teams, I think the Warriors would win because the Warriors have had too much talent. And, that's why LeBron had trouble against them, because they had 3 future Hall of Famers.
Yeah. Well, games today reach about 140 points.
It's because...
more.
It's because back in the old days, they couldn't shoot threes. Even Michael Jordan had a bad percentage from the three-point line. Many people think he was such a good shooter, but he actually wasn't.
Well, I also have to say that I'm not really a fan of either LeBron James or Michael Jordan. I think they're both too cocky and prideful. But I do have to say that LeBron James is just I think his head is way too big. He tries to control his team and he tries to run the whole show. No other player has ever done that before. He tries to run. He doesn't like his team, and so he switches to another one. And then he tries to get players transferred off to other teams so he can have better players.
Well, I have to agree with you there, but he wants to win more championships. So, if you can't win a championship with bad players, so that's why
What in finals? Like 3-9?
Something like that. But he didn't have the players around him.
Yeah. Well, I thought earlier you said that he had all these good players.
I was talking about the Warriors team. He had Kyrie Irving for a little bit, but Kyrie Irving, I mean, besides that, he had a Kevin Love who was injured, and then basically no one else. I mean, J.R. Smith, who's a veteran, Iman Shumpert, he's not that good either. So, I mean, you compare him to Michael Jordan's surrounding cast, B.J. Armstrong, Steve Kerr, Bill Cartwright, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman. That's just a loaded roster right there. And Tony Kukoc, too. So, I mean, he had a lot more options than LeBron has had in his 17 seasons.
Well, I just have one final thing, and I just think that the term GOAT is partially defined by being loyal to your team and your teammates, and I just don't think LeBron has ever been loyal to any team because he's been on, like, 5 different teams. But thank you for taking my call, and I'll hang up and listen.
Thank you for your call. Well, LeBron, he's been on 3 teams, but, I mean, he's loyal. I mean, once he wins a championship, he usually packs up and leaves, and he really wants to win one in LA. But thank you for your call. Let's go back to the phones. Hello, you're on Down to the Wire.
Daniel, Nick, Minnehaha County, Nick.
Hello, Nick.
Daniel, it's been a long time. It's a huge crisis in my life, Daniel. My marriage is in shambles. Daniel, do you remember when I called the Tennessee-Florida tailgate and you recommended that one for my frat party?
Mm-hmm.
Daniel, my wife caught wind of it, Daniel. Daniel, I have 0% ownership in the lake house where I'm throwing the party, Daniel. But Daniel, I don't think that matters. Do you?
Maybe. I mean, if you don't own it, maybe you should ask them to do it first. But I mean,
Daniel, I went behind my wife and I asked my sister-in-law, and she said it was fine. Daniel, do you know what the big problem is? I've got these 2 sisters. They won't get their nose out of my business, Daniel. And Daniel, their noses are huge. And so when I was down there visiting them, they just created a forest fire for me. So this whole yacht thing, Daniel, remember that we talked about, Daniel? It was going to be epic.
Mm-hmm.
It's all blown up in my face. And I was just wondering, Daniel, if you have any with me on how to scale down from a yacht to, I don't know, maybe 7 pontoons. So stop the Daniel, because we're doing it.
Thank you for your call. Well, I think you can still have your little reunion, but maybe not go as big as you wanted. Maybe not a yacht, but I mean, maybe a pontoon boat, like you said, that would be nice too. I mean, it depends on how many people you said. But I hope you have a lot of fun down there. But and I hope you enjoy your tailgate, and I hope Tennessee wins against Florida. But thank you for your call, Nick. Well, we're gonna do prove me wrong again. Let's go back to the phones. Hello, you're on Down to the Wire.
Hi, Dan.
Hi.
Can you remind me of the prove me wrong question?
Yes, I said that LeBron James is the greatest of all time for a basketball player, and I think he's ahead of Michael Jordan and many other players. And I want you to prove me.
Now, just hold on, Dan. That is outrageous. Do you hear me? Outrageous. Have you seen any of The Last Dance?
Yes, but I think they should make a documentary on LeBron too. Also, I mean,
let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, Dan. Jordan is a better scorer than LeBron James. Is that not right?
well, can I tell you his stats, please? I would like to go.
Yes, you can.
Okay, let's see who scored most. I mean, their all-time points ever scored, and let's start with the first one. All-time points ever scored. LeBron James, 34,000. Michael Jordan, 32,000 points. And their shooting percentage. LeBron James, 58.8%. Michael Jordan, 56.9%. Rebounds per game. 7.4 rebounds per game for LeBron. 6.2 for Michael Jordan. Assists per game, which Michael Jordan is a guard. LeBron is a small forward / power forward, like I already said earlier. LeBron, 7.4 assists. Michael Jordan, 5.3. Total assists in their career. LeBron, over 9,200. Michael Jordan, 5,600. total blocks in their career. So they're switching to defense. Total blocks, 951 for LeBron, 893 to Michael, and LeBron has played a lot more games than him, and he's been to more All-Star games, 16 to 14 for LeBron. He's been to All NBA first teams, 12 to 10, and he's been to more All NBA teams, 15 times, and Michael Jordan has been to 11. So, what do you think about that?
Well, Daniel, you can just get rid of all of his defensive stats compared to Michael Jordan, because Jordan has made the All Defensive First Team 9 times, while James has only made it 5.
Well, that's also true, but LeBron James isn't mostly known for his defense. I mean,
Don't forget that Jordan has averaged over 40 points per game in an NBA 5 playoff series.
Well, I guarantee you, if we were going to look at the playoff stats, that LeBron has scored more than Michael Jordan would have. More than Michael Jordan a few times in the playoff. It's too bad they never played against each other. Yes, I think that LeBron James probably outscored Michael Jordan in the playoffs. I mean, I know Michael Jordan is a terrific...
LeBron has 4 series where he shot less than 40%.
Well, yes, but, I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, I know this has nothing to do with... But Michael Jordan had a bunch more weapons than LeBron did. He had B.J. Armstrong, Steve Kerr, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman, which is a really good class of a really nice, solid starting 5. And while LeBron had his peak, he had, an aging Dwayne Wade, a very old Ray Allen, and a mid-level star in Chris Bosh. So, and then around that, he just had a bunch of average players. So, compared to Michael Jordan's roster, I mean, Michael Jordan had a bunch more help.
Well, you got me there, Dan.
Thank you for your call, Gus. Let's go back to the phones. Hello, you're on Down to the Wire.
Daniel, Fred Poser, Brentwood.
Hello, Fred.
What's on the agenda tonight?
Well, earlier in the show, I talked about Memphis Grizzlies basketball and their signing of re-signing of Anthony Tolliver, and I talked about why I think LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time.
Great. Looks like we're talking about some top-tier issues. Let's talk about another top-tier issue, the Innsworth Tigers. You know, Daniel, I just came from a football booster silent bid, and we raised a lot of money to keep Innsworth in the top tier for many years to come. I was calling to see what you thought our prospects were for winning the state football playoffs this year.
I mean, I'd have to say I think Innsworth will be one of the front runners, title contenders. I mean, they knocked off a bunch of really good teams. They're in a very good division. I mean, last year they beat off Knoxville Catholic, which was an upset win, and they made it pretty far in the playoffs. And they have a really nice roster up and coming, and I think the sky's the limit for this Innsworth team.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would characterize that win as an upset win against Knox Catholic. I would say that's a third-tier team. As you know, Daniel, they didn't make it out of the play-ins for the state playoffs this year. From the scouting reports that I've heard, they're not returning a lot of high-quality, strong athletic class this year. Most of their talent left for college.
Yes, Knoxville Catholic did lose some pieces, but they still have a nice core group coming back.
So what do you think the Innsworth-Knox Catholic final will be this year?
Well, unlike last year, I think that this year Catholic will get them because this year they'll have to travel to Knoxville to play the Fighting Irish, and I think this year the Fighting Irish will have the best of them because this year Innsworth won't see Jack Janzik. They'll see T. Martin's son, Caden Martin, who's very good. He has a really nice, talented arm, and a lot of nice weapons around him too, and a very talented recruit, Tommy Witten, who's been offered by many schools, including Tennessee and many other many really big programs. So I think
we'll see, Daniel. We'll see. I'll have to call you back after the game on that one.
Yes, I think you will. Thank you, Fred.
Goodbye.
And for the final score, what Fred asked, I think it'll be somewhere. I think it'll be 45-38. Knoxville Catholic pulls it out late. But thank you for your call, Fred. Let's go back to the phones. Hello, you're on Down to the Wire.
Hi, this is Apparity.
Hello, Apirney.
And, so you're talking about LeBron James, and I'm sure everyone is talking about Michael Jordan. But let me throw this at you. Let me throw a curveball at you, like you say in the basketball world. I think Kobe Bryant is the best player to ever play. And let me tell you why. He creates opportunities. He's a clutch shooter. And how many rings does LeBron even have?
He has 3. He might have 4 after this year.
Well, I'm going to tell you, 5 rings is more than 4. And his legacy. And that's why I think Kobe is better than LeBron.
Thank you.
And Jordan.
Thank you, Apirney. Well, I'll have to disagree with you there. I know you mentioned the rings, but he did have Shaq for most of those to go along with him, a young Shaq. And LeBron has more, 4 MVPs compared to Kobe's 1, and he has a lot more accolades than Kobe Bryant has. I think Kobe Bryant is the 3rd best player of all time. I think it's LeBron, Michael, Jordan, and Kobe Bryant. But thank you for your call, Apirney. Let's go back to the phones. Hello, you're on Down to the Wire.
Hey, Dan, this is Deshaun Mon from Memphis.
Hello,
I was
Deshaun.
calling to see how the Jets have been doing this offseason.
Well, yeah, Deshaun, I think the Jets have had a really nice offseason. And starting off with Sam Darnold, he's going to be healthy coming into the season. He has a very nice arm, and he's an up-and-coming quarterback in this league. Still, Le'Veon Bell got a top 10 top 15 offensive tackle from Louisville. Very big, like 6'7", 320, and he just to really solidify the offensive line. And and then you already have Jamison Crowder, who's a really nice wide receiver that they got from the Redskins a couple years back. And then you draft a wide receiver in the 2nd round from Baylor, Denzel Mims. He's a very nice prospect. He's a very lengthy wide receiver. He's got speed, and he can catch the 50-50 balls. So he was a really nice pickup, too. And then you get Denzel Perryman from the Buccaneers. Also a nice wide receiver. So a nice wide receiver core. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Quinnen Williams comes back healthy. A really nice defensive tackle. You get C.J. Mosley and Avery Williamson back on the linebacker position. And then hopefully with Jamal Adams, you can get his deal done without trading him because he's such a talented player. But I think the Jets have had a very successful offseason.
Hey, Daniel, I want this. This is for everyone to remember. Jets, go, Jets, go.
Thank you, Deshaun. Let's go back to the phones. Hello, you're on Down to the Wire.
Hey, Down to the Wire, Daniel. This is Flick. What's going on tonight?
Not that much. How's it going with you?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Man, I hear you're trying to say LeBron would be a better player than Jordan. You are crazy, boy. And let me tell you why. Number one, Jordan played against a lot better competition in that era and teams than LeBron ever did or will. So, case closed right there. Well, we'll go on. More team titles. I mean, that speaks for itself. Jordan, Daniel, listen to this. He was first All-NBA and first team defense. His first 9 counted Niner season. LeBron only accomplished that his first 5 years. So, LeBron didn't keep pace there. What do you got to say about those stats? And I got bored of them.
Well, I think Michael Jordan had a better overall team with him in Chicago than LeBron did. And I have to disagree with you. I mean, I know the teams are good back then, but the teams are still good. I mean, Michael Jordan never had to face the Warriors that had 3 future Hall of Famers on it. And LeBron also beat Michael Jordan, a lot of statistics. He has shot a better shooting percentage, averaged more rebounds, averaged more assists, which Michael Jordan is a shooting guard. And, he's a guard, and LeBron is a small forward. And, LeBron averaged more blocks, and he's been to more All-Star games. He's been to more finals. He's had more finals appearances, and he's been on more All-NBA first teams than Michael Jordan has.
Well, part of that is Jordan took almost 2 years off playing baseball. And guess what, Daniel? When he came back, he won 3 more championships. So, and I guarantee if LeBron had done that, he'd come back bigger than a cow. He would not been able to cut it.
Well, LeBron still has a lot left in the tank, and he can certainly win the title this year and more in a few years. So, LeBron could end up having more titles than, well, not more, but close to having more, as the same as Michael Jordan.
Look at that team in Miami that LeBron played on. That's as good as any team in this era.
They won 2 championships.
2?
Yes.
And how many did Jordan win again?
6.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, they were, but Jordan was there for 14 years plus, and James was.
Yeah,
only...
but he won 6 titles. LeBron won 2 with that All-Star team they had. So I'm just saying that Jordan made his team better, both mentally and by ability. And LeBron's one of the best, but he's not the best.
Well, yeah.
Don't you agree with that?
Well, I still think LeBron's better, but it's a very close. And I think I'd certainly give Michael Jordan an argument to be the best player, but I still have to give the nod to LeBron. But I think these are my top 3. I think it's LeBron, Michael Jordan, and Kobe Bryant as my top 3, and maybe Magic Johnson at number 3. But that's my top 3.
Yeah, well, you need to go back and watch some old NBA games, brother. You'll see your orders not in order.
Thank you for your call.
That's all I gotta say, Daniel.
Thank you for your call. Thank you for watching this episode of Down to the Wire with Daniel, and I hope we see you in 2 weeks for the next episode of Down to the Wire with Daniel. Thank you.